Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with former world heavyweight champion, former world cruiserweight champion David Haye. David, you're working for BT Sport around the GGG Canelo fight this weekend. How did that come about, and what sparked your interest in this fight itself?
What sparked my interest is the first fight was an absolute cracker. It was two of the best middleweights in the world for many a year, and nothing better when you get two fighters in their primes going at it. And the first fight, although it was sort of shrouded in controversy for me as a boxing fan, the draw, I was happy with the draw because I got the opportunity to see that again.
What's the particular variables involved in a rematch? You've obviously had a rematch just recently against Tony Bellew. You didn't go the way you wanted, obviously, but one of the first, was it the first rematch of your career?
It was the first rematch of a professional I've had, yeah.
So what are the kind of variables involved in a rematch? What can both guys learn from the first fight?
You become aware of the assets or the facets of your opponent's skill set that you're not 100% sure with. For instance, the punch power. Going into the first fight with Triple G, I'm sure Canelo would have worried about, can I take the power? And I've been hit by lots of people over the years, but no one has single punch power with the single punch power that Triple G has. And he may not have been confident that he could have took his shots, but he took his shots. He got caught with some big left hooks, a few nice uppercuts. As far as I was aware, his legs didn't buckle. He might have shook him to his boots, but he had a way of disguising it. So going into his second fight, he may be a little calmer. He may be a little more confident to apply whatever tactics he wants to. But I truly feel the rematch benefits, particularly with the 6-month extension from the ban. I believe that benefits Canelo because Triple G is getting older. He's 36. Every month that goes by, he's getting that little bit slower. That little bit older. And I know firsthand that 6 months, a year can make a big difference with your timing. And in the fight against someone who's coming into their own, who's so young and so fresh, Canelo's only getting better, whereas Triple G, in my opinion, is probably going to be getting worse over this period. So I think the delay, although Triple G was able to have that 2-round knockout, which he didn't receive any punishment whatsoever, he still had a hard training camp. He still went to Big Bear, California with Abel Sanchez. He was still doing the high altitude running. He was pushing himself in sparring. He was doing all the core work. He did the medicine ball work. There was more wear and tear on his system. What was Canelo doing? He was, I don't know, we don't know what he was doing. But I guarantee, I've seen pictures of him recently. He looks in phenomenal condition. He looks very lean, very light. And I think it truly benefits Canelo in this rematch.
You mentioned Canelo's ban after testing positive for clenbuterol earlier this year. Twofold question around that. First of all, do you buy his explanation that it came from contaminated Mexican meat? And secondly, do you feel that it's added to the spice and the publicity for the rematch?
Second part of the question, 100% it's added to the spice. It's another angle for the fans to be split on, to have split division on. And do I buy his excuse? I don't know. I generally don't know. I don't know him personally. I've met him a couple of times. He doesn't really speak much English. I don't know his character. I don't know what he's about. And I'd hate to say, no, I don't buy his excuse. I don't know what basis have I got to cast judgment on someone. He says he ate some tainted meat. I don't know what he eats for dinner. I don't know if maybe he did, maybe he didn't. That's only he knows. Only he knows. But as far as I'm aware, he's paid his ban. I'm not sure he got a fine, but he got a 6-month ban, which seemed a little light. A little light. But on the flip side, Triple G can complain, and Triple G's fans can complain it's not fair. He only got a 6-month ban. But let's say you got a 2-year ban, like many fighters around the world would have got. What would that have meant then for Triple G? It would have meant he'd had to wait until he was 38 for the rematch. He may be earning 10 million from this fight. He could probably only make 1.5 fighting anyone else. So it's in his interest also for the fight to happen. It's in boxing's interest for the fight to happen. But it's just a shame that he gets such a lenient sentence, where other fighters who, in my opinion, have been busted for a lot less of offence have to pay heavy fines and much longer bans, particularly fighters from Britain. We've got a very strict policy in the UK with drugs, and it's a shame that the rest of the world doesn't follow suit.